So, a new Stephen King adaptation and a reboot from an old 80s film released in theaters and on Peacock. It's called Firestarter, and yeah, it's as bad as anyone would think. Oh, I guess I have to review this movie now. Okay. Please take a moment to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what did you think of Firestarter. And please subscribe. If I get 100 subscribers by July, I will have something very special. And I really think I deserve it because I watched this piece of crap so I can give you guys my thoughts. But with that said, please tell me down below what did you think of Firestarter 2022. And with that said, here's my review. I've got a lot of stuff to rant about, so first off, we are going to talk about the things I liked. And the first two acts, they were pretty mediocre. They had a bunch of problems with it, but at least it kept my interest. I was at least enjoying myself while watching this. It had enough scenes to keep me interested in the course of the film, and it's weird because I hate this movie so much, and the first two acts really kept me interested, so I must have hated this ending so much, and I did. But yeah, the first two acts, they were fine. But the third act just completely ruined this movie. So now let's talk about the problems. And there was a lot. I said that there still was a bunch of problems in the first act. And the best thing about this movie that it is mediocre. It doesn't have anything good. It doesn't have anything good at all. It's just enough to keep my interest. It's all mediocre. So first off, the acting is horrendous. It's terrible. It's the worst thing I've ever seen on a big screen. Like, why is there a 5-second delay after every single time someone talks? It's like someone talks, and then someone is about to talk, but they wait like 10 seconds before they can do it, and it is very annoying. The villain of this movie just voices over the entire time, and it just sounds like I'm talking right now. Yeah, that's how he sounds. He has no emotions at all. It's like that way with everyone. There was like maybe two people that did good jobs sometimes. But for me, this is probably the worst acted movie that I have ever seen. This movie has a budget of $12 million, but it feels like it has a budget of $2 million because it's really scared to show the girl shooting fire until the end. All the kills are just cheesy and annoying. Now, there is some moments in this movie where I felt a little creeped out, but I was never scared. For a horror movie, I was never scared. It was just scenes that was, like, that's very creepy. But when she never really shows her powers, and when she does, it's just very cheesy and does not work at all. This movie really reminds me of something that a group of high school students would just shoot and post on YouTube. I'm not even kidding. It's that bad. And probably high school students could do better because they actually could probably maybe do cringe acting, but cringe acting is better than no acting. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so dumb. It's just so dumb. Wow. This third act is really freaking stupid. No, So basically, she runs into the woods while the father is in this big building. So this 10-year-old girl is in the woods, and she walks all the way to this big headquarters, and this 10-year-old girl, and sure, she's got powers, but this 10-year-old girl escapes and goes through there to try to find her father. And that's not even the worst of it. There is some interesting things in there when she kills people. I mean, it's cheesy, but it's at least not what it was before. But then, at the end of the movie, spoiler warning, don't watch this movie, just saying. So go ahead and keep watching this video because I highly recommend you do not watch this piece of crap. She kills her father trying to kill the bad guy and then just kills everyone. Goes, sits on the sand, and then the bad guy who literally made her life a living hell walks up to her, she grabs his hand, and they walk off. No, I'm not kidding. This is one of my favorite type of ways to end a movie, but it's also one of my least favorite, where it's like, oh yeah, cool, something very bad happened to the main character, but then we're just gonna throw it out there, then in the movie. And in this situation, it didn't work. It was just, this movie sucked. This movie is very dumb. Terrible acting, terrible editing, Terrible use of music. The music could have been cool, but it was just like completely random and thrown in there. No, I'm not kidding. It was just thrown in there for no apparent reason. So terrible acting, terrible editing, terrible music, terrible, just terrible, 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 terrible. The very best scene was when she killed that cat, and that's because there was just a little bit of tension. A little bit of tension. This reminds me of last year's Thunder Force, except I like Thunder Force better because there was at least a little bit of enjoyment instead of this movie where there's absolutely nothing. It's just disturbing, but not in a good way. I absolutely hated this movie. I'm so glad it's getting all the hate. And, you know, if this was like a movie made by college students, I would be completely fine. But this is a Universal Studios Blumhouse movie, and so it deserved to be better. I'm going to give this movie a D. I'm going to give it a D of probably 4.5 out of 10 and 1.5 stars. Don't watch this movie. I highly recommend. If you are a big, massive Stephen King fan and a big, massive fan of the original movie, go ahead and check it out. I mean, check it out on Peacock. Don't be paying for Peacock if you don't have it just for this movie. It's not worth it. But you can go ahead and watch this movie if you want, but I don't recommend it. I think it's freaking terrible. And if you're looking forward to it, I understand. I understand that you like bad movies and like torturing yourself. Because I'm so glad it's getting all the hate. I can't understand a single person who would like this movie. And I really don't think you should watch it. Alright, thanks for watching this rant on the terrible Firestarter movie. This was a franchise that I was looking forward to watch, but I don't ever think I'm going to watch it again. Because they made a terrible, terrible, terrible movie. And it's my least favorite movie of 2022 so far. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe to join the Nerd Army. Peace out.